really do appreciate it. This segment brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel has one-day fantasy sports for as low as $1. Listen, man, I want somebody to get on FanDuel, sign up for an account on FanDuel, and you can actually do personal matches against, like, your boy. I mean, it's the greatest thing ever. You don't have to play it an entire season. You can bet up to $1 and you get paid. It's like gambling. See, here's the thing about FanDuel. It's not gambling because it's a skill set involved. Exactly. At least that's what a lawmaker said, is that there's skill involved. It's not just a thing of luck. Like picking a game against the spread, that's all luck. That's BS. You're going to lose your money doing that probably. But FanDuel, if you think you are nice in fantasy sports, if you think you that dude, because a lot of people think they are. Oh my gosh, my boys swear up and down that they're the best fantasy players ever. Not. I'm the fantasy brother. Believe that. And I've been playing this thing before it even got popular. And so FanDuel is just fantastic. Go to FanDuel. Go to my page on the DougStewartShow.com. Click on the FanDuel banner and go ahead and set up an account. And if you set up an account now, they'll match whatever you put down up to $200. So if you put down $200, you start betting with $400. I mean, you can't lose. That's just a not losing proposition. All right. So go to my page, my homepage, my website, thedougstewartshow.com, and click on the banner on FanDuel. It's right to the right, and get down and challenge your boy to a fantasy duel. All right. Junior offensive tackle Kennedy Estelle was dismissed from Texas for violating team rules Tuesday, becoming the 9th player kicked off the team by Coach Charlie Strong this season. Strong said Tuesday that something popped up in the last 24 hours that forced him to dismiss Estelle, one day after telling reporters the former starter would likely return to practice this week. Here's the thing about that. When you're a new coach, and people that have played sports and football in particular, when you're a new coach and you come in, a lot of times guys just aren't going to buy into what you're doing and what you're talking about because they have some loyalty to the former coach, in this case, Mack Brown, who was there forever, won a national championship, highly respected, a people guy. So when Mack Brown comes in and you got this new guy coming in and he's got a whole new way of doing things, and he wants it done this way, not like Mack's way. And, Mack brought in these guys for the most part. So Mack Brown brought in these guys. These guys were sold on the Texas program by Mack Brown. And now here's this dude coming in that they don't know anything about, an outsider. And he's trying to preach this program, and we're going to do it this way, and we're going to do it that way. And a lot of times it's tension. There's tension filled automatically. And I think that's what you're seeing right here. Now, I will say this. I don't know what in the hell. Let me think about this for a second before I even say it. I don't know what in the hell these kids could be doing so that Charlie Strong would kick off 9 of them. 9 players, and not just any players. You're talking about starters. You're talking about starters in the Big 12. The guys that probably have the chance to go into play in the NFL. And I know he's, trying to get his guys in there, and it's going to be out with the old, in with the new. He's going to have a recruiting class come in this year, another recruiting class, because he actually recruited this past year as well. So he's going to filter out those guys and get his guys in. But I don't know what 9 different players could do to be kicked off the team. What? That sounds kind of extreme to me, and I have no idea about the exact details. The details haven't come out to what most of these guys have done. There's a lot of rumors and innuendo, but damn, you kick off 9 players? What? And that, and also in this situation, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, it comes to a situation where guys are lobbying in the locker room. They call them locker room lawyers. They don't like the way that Charlie Strong's doing things, so they're going to kind of rebel. They're going to talk bad behind his back. They're going to sprinkle a little salt on him. They're going to sprinkle a little salt on Charlie Strong. Not very definitive, but just kind of, put a little bug in your teammates' ear. Charlie did this. Charlie's some BS, ain't he? And I've seen it before. And I used to call my brother a locker room lawyer. I used to call him a locker room lawyer as well when we were doing the show. And that's what happens. So there's a lot of dissension among the ranks. And do I think Charlie Strong is going to be successful at the University of Texas? This is one of the premier programs in college football. Okay, when you talk about premier programs. You're talking about Michigan, who's down right now with Brady Holt. We may talk about that a little bit later. But you're talking Michigan, Notre Dame, Texas and USC. Those are kind of like the benchmark programs in college football. So he's got one of the best jobs that money can buy, Charlie Strong. And I think he's going to be successful. He's turned programs around everywhere he's been. Look what he did at Louisville. And Louisville's still reaping the benefits of what Charlie Strong did there, his time in Louisville. So I think that he's going to be successful. I think he's one of those disciplinarian coaches, and they're hard to swallow sometimes. They're very hard to swallow. And I think that he'll get it together, but right now, they're going against some real rocky times. And if you heard the comments made, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, if you heard the comments made by Paul Feinbaum, and if you're not from the South, you don't know anything about Paul Feinbaum. You probably do now because he's been hired on pretty much full-time with ESPN and with the SEC Network, so you see him now. But Paul Feinbaum does a show based in Alabama, and really the show pretty much for the last couple of years has been all about Alabama and Auburn. But now he's expanded, obviously talking about more SEC stuff, more national stuff, and he commented about Charlie Strong in Texas, and he really crushed him and said that, he didn't know if he was the guy for the job. I mean, whoa, slow down on that, Playboy. It's a little bit too early to be talking about, you don't know if so-and-so is ready for the job or if he's the right fit. I mean, what are you basing that on? There's not enough information that you have to quantify whether he's going to be a good coach or not. I'm pretty sure when he struggled a little bit early at Louisville, I'm pretty sure there were some naysayers out there as well. But you can't slam a guy. You can't bury a guy off of what's happened in the first 4 games of a year of his rookie campaign coaching. You just can't do that. 404-382-0338. 404-382-0338. That's a tremendous responsibility he's got down there. And let's be honest, a black man head coaching the University of Texas in the Deep South, that's already, some apprehension you would bet before he even got there. And people not liking his style. He's so much different than Mac Brown. And I think it was a bold move by the University of Texas because one thing about Charlie Strong, word on the street, this is a word on the street Wednesday, is that he's a fantastic recruiter. Brought in some great players to Louisville throughout his career when he was out at Florida. Brought in some great players. Always has brought in great players. So he's going to get talent. But you got to believe in the Deep South with that program, the Texas Longhorns, bringing in a black coach. Not that I think people didn't want him because he was a black coach, but let's just say it's different. It's much different than what they're used to seeing. Yeah, let's put it like that. So there's a lot of pressure on him to get it right and to win football games. And at the end of the day, really, that's all it's about. It's about winning football games. Are you going to win football games? That's what it's all about. And so we got to see if Charlie Strong is going to win football games. That's the big thing about it. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Got a text, some chat from Kevin Morris on Twitter, I believe. He says, good to see you back, Doug. Love the show. Thanks for that. You can hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is The Doug Stewart Show, and my Instagram handle as well is The Doug Stewart Show. If you're a friend of mine on Facebook, on either of my accounts, either on my fan page or on my personal page, The Doug Stewart Show, or Stewart Media and Entertainment, The Doug Stewart Show, if you're on that, you can hit me up and I'll see it immediately. So all over the place, I'll get your tweets and your Facebook post and all that type of stuff. All right. This segment is brought to you by FanDuel. Make sure you join up with FanDuel. Go to my page, DougStewartShow.com, and click on the banner link to the right and check out FanDuel, man. Very fun. You don't have to play fantasy sports the whole year long and get your behind kicked and just have to commit to it and set your lineup every day. No, go to FanDuel. You can play every day is a different day. You can play for $1 or every game, every week in the case of football and baseball. You can play pretty much every single day. It's like 1 million games in baseball, 162, so you can do that. All right? 404-382-0338. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen with Charlie Strong. There's even been some rumblings about firing him. That's not going to happen. That's crazy. That's ridiculous talk when you talk about firing a guy, after 4 games in the season. You brought him in here when you did your due diligence, I'm sure. You made sure that Charlie Strong was the guy for the job. You just didn't hire him to fire him after 4 games. So I think that talk's ridiculous. But you kind of get the feeling from hearing from guys like Paul Feinbaum and other guys in the industry that should be, on the table. That it's so bad right now for the program that maybe you should make a change. That's idiotic. That's idiotic. I don't care if he suspends half of the team. You don't fire a guy, okay? You don't fire a guy after 3 games. And right now, Texas is 1-3. This weekend, they take on Kansas, another team from the Big 12. So can they turn things around? Hopefully they can. We'll see. I'm rooting for the guy, obviously. Nothing about Kansas turns me on. So I want to see him turn things around, and it's not going to happen overnight. Tough loss this past weekend to Jim Moore Jr.'s UCLA Bruins, 20-17. They stuck in that game. And you got to remember, they're playing with a quarterback now. The Swoops kid comes in. He wasn't the starter originally. The starter actually had to retire because of concussions. So the Swoops kid comes in, and he's green, and he has to get his feet under him. And I think that things will turn around. I think that things will be okay. All right? But you got to give the guy some time. I mean, don't get crazy on me. Don't start acting ridiculous about everything. I mean, get a guy some time. All right? That's what it takes. You have to give these coaches a chance to bring in their system and implement what they like to do. All right? Up next with the Doug Stewart Show. We're going to grab your calls, read your texts, your tweets. And it's a Women's Wednesday, right? And women are always talking about, trying to lose weight and this, that, and the other. Well, LeBron James got the secret on how to lose weight. We'll give you the details about allegedly how he lost so many lbs. We'll do that and grab your calls. It's the Doug Stewart Show. Welcome to Atlanta, my SC State Bulldog family. Once again, your boy Stu is throwing the biggest party of the year, October 3rd, 2014, in honor of the classic game being played in Atlanta that Saturday. It's only for the grown and sexy, though. The party will be held in the Georgia Ballroom in the Crown Plaza Hotel, located at 590 West Peachtree Street, Northwest ATL, starting at 10 p.m. Atlanta's own DJ Cowboy playing all the old school hits. You know how he do. It's going to be crazy. Last year at Asia, 4 years ago at Shout, this year at the Crown Plaza, bananas! Advance tickets are $20 for a limited time, so get yours at theclassicparty.eventbrite.com. Last year, over 1,000 people kicked it hard at ATL with your boy. And to quote the great Sidney Poitier, let's do it again. See you in Atlanta. What is 9/11 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 9/11 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So don't play around. Click on the link on my website and let 9/11 Tax Relief help you in your situation with our uncle, better known as Sam. So you think you're a fantasy whiz, huh? Well, prove it and make some nice scratch at the same time. Scratch is money. What do you know about FanDuel? FanDuel packs the thrill of a whole season in 1 week. Play in 1 week fantasy football leagues for free money with immediate cash payouts. The money is real with no season-long commitment. That's huge because when your team starts to suck, you don't want to play no more. It's no more fun. Trade everybody. I've been there. You play when and how much you want. Deposit now and FanDuel will match it up to $200. Use the promo code COOLER, that's COOLER, and take advantage of free loot to get your game on. FanDuel, where every week is a new season.
Now back to the realest sports talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show.
That's right, the realest, treeless sports talk show